Hey guys, here we go. Let's get this show on the road. There is something that I want to try. Interesting. It took me to Hamlin. I made sure to make a save before I did that because I thought it was going to take me to Maidenhall. I now think that the return spell does work differently, and maybe the Wings of Wyvern as well, than they did in DQ1. DQ1, it was hard-coded to Tantagel. I know for 3 and on, it's certain places that you visited, maybe not every location, but most of them. Here, I suspect it's the last place you made a save at. So this did actually save me some time, so I am happy that that worked out this way. We have what appears according to the map to be a long walk ahead of us. So we're going to get onto that. Oh, you know what? I just realized I told you guys I was going to look something up, and then I didn't. That's the kind of guy I am. So we're going to do it live. Do it live. Dragon Warrior 2 Magic Power Stat. No, this doesn't appear to actually... Oh, well, actually, I used this before. Let's see if this helps. Nope. Yeah, so the question remains for me. What in particular affects that stat? Because before I had looked back at the stat screen when I wanted to check the 2 spells that we learned at the same time, I forgot that stat was there. And when I saw it, my first thought was, I haven't seen it mentioned in any of the level ups. And if that's the case, it must be tied to the equipment that we put on, which still might be true. Hard to say for sure, but I will have to try and pay attention to that when we next get equipment. Because otherwise I just don't know. My assumption was going to be, it's not based on a stat that grows with your levels. It's based on the spell itself. This spell has that attack power or something along those lines. Unfortunately, my quick little Google foo right there just did not answer that question for me. So, it is what it is, and it's honestly not that important. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Oh, see? I thought these things I'm standing on were also barriers. I cannot tell with this game what I can and cannot walk to. Oh, yeah, of course I go to those if I'm in need. Like, you don't have to tell a guy that. Do we have new monsters? Oh, we have a metal slime. Everybody attack the metal slime. Except for you. Just get rid of that ghost rat. Okay. That is something I don't miss from these old games, which is, oh, the thing you targeted isn't there anymore, and you're such a dummy you can't possibly turn your head slightly with the rest of your body and attack anything else that's nearby. That is why when Final Fantasy comes up on the list, I think I mentioned this before. Oh, a little oasis, can we walk into it? Nope, we can't. A carnivog sounds like a carnivorous plant. And you know why I'm excited about that? That's on our list. Oh, son of a... Just dragging it out, guys. You're just dragging it out. Nobody's gonna wake up. Plant should be weak to fire. That's something this series doesn't really do. They don't really care too much about elemental weaknesses. Not that I can remember, at least. Good. Gonna do this as slowly as possible, huh? But you know what? I do feel like the surround spells and, the sleep stuff like that, I feel like they're relatively equally equivalent when you apply them to the enemies are applying them to you equally as to you applying them to the enemies. What a terrible sentence. But I think you guys get the gist of what I was saying. Despite how long I've been playing this game for, wait, what? Oh, he put me to sleep. Despite how long I've been playing this game for so far, I can say I'm still having a hard time reading the status box at the top. I keep thinking Brian has 12 HP, 10 MP, and is level 5. It's so interesting that is affecting me at all. Never had an issue with that with the first game, but of course you also know it's only one person. I wonder who was the one who said, we need to rearrange this, I think. Okay, I know it's north. Somewhere. Bum, 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 bum. Megapedes. Bum, bum, bum. Take him out. That's right. And now you're gone. He gone. If you hear any weird clinking sounds, it's because I have ice water now. Keeping it cool. Hey. Whoa, jeez. Did we suddenly enter the universe of Game of Thrones? Because that sure looked like the phrase twins to me. Oh yeah, you call your ghost rat bastards. I'm just gonna Infernos them all. Look at that. Now who shot you? Thanks, Alyssa, for missing. Obviously, she's not supposed to be a combat character, but I do kind of hope that she gets some equipment to help on that front. Alright, what do you got now? Power 1, great. Speed 7, HP 1. No new MP, but she learned a new spell, which, gets me very happy. Surround, less happy. Oh, I know what I'm going to have to do here. I'm going to have to go up and float away on the thing. Because I didn't see a bridge, so dost thou know what I know? Probably not. These twin towers are known... Ooh, the twin towers! He said it! Are known as the Dragon's Horn. Okay. I guess? Oh. Oh, you got a little pit in the middle of the tower. Baboons. How dare you attack first? Yeah, that's right. I dodged the blow. I remember when playing the series legitimately that I did make use of Surround fairly frequently during dungeon stuff. Because you just never felt like you had enough medical herbs. The encounter rate has definitely gone up, in my opinion, since we started. I had mentioned way earlier that I felt like there was a strong inconsistency when it started, where sometimes it would be step after step, and then other times I would go a super long distance to nowhere. And I'm not getting those super long distances anymore. But I guess I shouldn't assume. Considering the age of this game, I shouldn't assume that something is coded in that way with it. Alright, Lars, what's he getting? A little bit of speed. That's about it. Not the important stats. And yeah, you do see me being very careful so that I don't walk off the edge. We're going to save the ghost rat for last, because he might call more ghost rats. And then we get more XP. And more XP is what we want. Dare you? I'm not confident that we'll take them out. Oh, no help came. Why? I was surprised to see the groups when we started where you could have like 2 slimes or 3 slimes. You'd have 2 in one group and 1 in another, because I didn't think this version of the game, or this entry in the series, I should say, I did not think it was going to have group spells. So now the question sitting out there is, all right, we know we've got group spells, but do we have all spells where everybody gets hit, or at least every enemy gets hit? I'm guessing if we do, it's going to be Alyssa that winds up with that one. Curious if this tower narrows. Nope, it's just going to be the same map over and over, isn't it? What are the odds there's no treasure here? Not like treasure has been super helpful so far. We'll just beat them with our fists. Well, some of us will. Wonder how many levels of this there are. I can't remember the game. Was it Tales of Destiny, or was it part of the Tales of Destiny series? A few games that I can think of have this that I'm not a super huge fan of, which is the not really but kind of endless dungeon thing. So somewhere in the Tales of, it was Tower of Daruga. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. And I think Tales of Destiny might have had as an Easter egg a thing like that in there. I never beat Tales of Destiny. I think I only ever got to the halfway point in that game. Sorry, had a cough. I don't have a cough button on what we do here. So, just one step in a fight. I enjoyed that for Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. There was that area right near Rogueport in the sewers where you got like the 100 level trial. I remember the first time I played that through, I did it, and I found it fun because you were dealing with different enemies each time. And I mean, come on, Thousand Year Door is just amazing. Paper Mario is good to begin with, but in particular, oh good, a club. That's really useful, thanks. Like, I don't even care if it's something Alyssa can use and it's better. Get that out of my inventory. But then an example of one that has never been done that I might have to do. I might have to. This is a new enemy, a Medusa ball. Man, the NES and Medusa stuff, they loved it. Parasite Eve, the new game plus mode, I believe has you going through like the Empire State Building or something like that with all these different levels to it. Beat that game twice, legitimate both times. I'm not even entirely certain. I guess I have some idea. Oh god, 5 healers? Come on, man. What are you doing to me? Just dragging this out. Each time I saved the game, knowing about the new Game Plus mode, and that's how I'm assuming you get like the real ending or something like that, but never actually did it. Never, never really wanted to. Because I knew that. Boy, that is missing those guys quite a bit. Bit more than I like. Can you hit the same one, guys? It just gonna have to overkill on this one to make sure he goes away. Okay, so yeah, that's a wasted spell, but hey, I don't care about wasted spells now. I don't actually, I can get that part out of my head too, huh? I don't need to worry about how close to death is a group, when I want to use a spell. It doesn't matter. It's very liberating playing a game this way. I really am starting to like it. Power by 5, speed 4. Okay. The power by 5 is good. I think that's a good level up. Oh my god, how many levels of this? But so yeah, generally speaking, the can user... Ooh, Enchanter. I don't trust him at all, so we are gonna take him out fast. Never really liked those types of... I don't like survival modes either, because that's kind of on par with the survival mode in a game. I say that though, and there's a bunch I've never actually played. I never played that Mercenaries thing that they started adding to a few Resident Evils. I hear people did like those. And I just never gave them a try. I also don't know if they were online specific, so I may have lost out on trying that. If we find out, it won't be on this show, because as much as I love the Resident Evil games, they're just not an RPG. It's just that simple. That's top of mind for me right now. Oh no, because I want to take him out first. That is top of mind for me right now because I have updated the list of series recently to add a series that I just simply didn't think of as an RPG. Then it suddenly came to my mind that, oh, maybe it is. And I went, hit up Wikipedia, and I said, what genres do they list for it? And while it was the last one listed of the multi-genres here we go. The Yakuza games are considered a type of RPG. So the Yakuza games are now on the list. Which is great because those are games that I have played on my Bonanza, but I never got super deep into them. Because by the time the first of the Yakuza games came up on my list, Tropeacetic was already... I already knew it was going to be a thing that I wanted to do. I just didn't know when. And I think at the time I was considering it as a possibility for the list. So that goes to show it's not always going to be text boxes and grinding and stuff like that here. My god, we finally made it. Here we are at what I hope is Leonport or something. I am welcome in Leonport. I'm welcome to be here. What do you have to say? I'm a soldier from Elifgard. Perhaps thou hast seen ancient maps of my land, but it has changed much through the ages. Okay, so that's the big thing I accidentally spoiled for myself. Now I can go ahead and say it. We're going to Elifgard. We're probably doing that now, but I don't know. Be nice to one who lives here. She knows how to turn princes into tadpoles. Okay. Why would I be mean to anybody anyway? I have nothing to say to thee. That's right. Nothing at all. Great. We need to rest up. Just to refresh our stats here. 60 pieces. Oh, it's probably 20 ahead. Okay. So yeah, I'm excited to go back to Elifgard. That is one of the things I did not expect and just loved when it came through. This looks like... Oh, I was wrong. It looked like I could do it. Is Suikoden 2, going back to Gregminster. Hearing that music again, seeing the updated graphics. Oh, I loved it. Then I was also sad, though, because it's like, well, now I want to see Turan Castle and Milicich's castle and Scarlatisha, places like that. No, I'm not playing the lottery, man. Nobody wants your stinky lottery. Hey, what are you doing? Why? There's a boat! That's a boat! We never lend boats to strangers, sorry. How dare you? I am not your king, but this is your princess. Eastward across an arm of the sea lies the kingdom of Elifgard. From there, in ages past, came a great warrior, a descendant of Erdrick, who slew dragons, and there came also a princess named Gwaelin. Alright, that was a weird way to tell that story. Oh, good. Thank you, NPC. It's been rumored that the king of Tantajo Castle has disappeared. Huh. I'm waiting until you move down. I don't want you locking me in. Oh, don't you... He was gonna. Move your ass. Nope, I know. Move your ass further. Look at him. He's trying to... There we go. That's fine. I can deal with that. Oh, and all this dude sells his tools. Oh. Dragon's Bane was mentioned earlier, wasn't it? Or am I thinking the Dragon Horn? Let me look up what that is. Where's my items list here? We're going to Control F. Dragon's Bane is something that my guy can use, apparently. Oh, it's a weapon. When battling the green dragon, this sword will display unusual power. So, the people at strategywiki.org, they left a note here. They said, so far as one editor can tell, the Dragon Killer, which is the remake name, doesn't actually do anything special against green dragons in the NES version. However, it could be just a slight boost in attack power that is negligible. I'm not going to bother with it then. That's hilarious, and that's also why I'm glad to be doing this with a guide. Not like it would have cost me anything, but I would have had to experiment with that. Yeah, I see what's happening over there, but, you know, we're busy. What do you got? All right. Well, so shield we're good on. Clothes hiding. Do you suspect they mean hide clothing? Or are those clothes of hiding? Now I can't talk. Anyway, let's look it up here. It's not even listed. What's going on? Oh, it is actually Clothes of Hiding, because in the remake it's been renamed to Cloak of Evasion, which I am familiar with that naming. All of us can wear it, but I see also this full plate armor. Actually, it looks like all of us should be wearing it. Interesting. We have broadswords. How about that wand, however? I'm guessing she can use the wizard's wand. We all can. When used from the item menu, it casts the fireball spell. Oh, that would be nice. Giving her a non-MP using... Actually, you could give it to my guy, too, if you needed to. But I don't think I'm going to do it that way. So, okay. Looks like we should all have the Clothes of Hiding. Definitely give it to her first. I do want to walk around to that one other door before I get into that fight, because I don't know if that's a boss fight or if it's just going to be a simple monster fight. And that should go to her. Yep. No. You know what? I just realized he is... Nope. Lars is holding on to these. We don't need them now because we've got the spell for returning. Oh, I should... I didn't see a place to save here. Okay. So now let's equip things. Let's make sure this actually is better from 53 to 48. It is not. The stats... Oh, you know what? I believe they're referencing, in parentheses, this version of it. Okay. Okay, it was better for him. And obviously it's going to be better for her. She still doesn't really have any attack power to speak of, but that's alright. So he's wearing full plate armor. What was the other armor here? Full plate armor. Okay. So, yeah. Let's throw this crap out. Yep, let's use the bamboo stick. That's exactly what I was asking. What would one do if they were using a bamboo stick? Alright, I wanted to check out the door. Oh, I can't even get there. Okay. So, 1 second. Here we go. she ran to me. Help, help, evil has come. Aww. I do like those sprites. So we got some Gremlins. They're about to eat a fistful of face and magic. Or face and magic? You know what I was saying. Look, I just kill the monsters. I don't taunt them. Okay? It's not my speciality. Okay, so yeah, they weren't a big deal to begin with. Thou hast saved me from the fiends. Please follow me and meet my grandfather. Would he be a boatsman? I thought they were gonna drag me there. Hey, guys, we're getting a boat. These good people aided me in my time of need, grandfather. Having gallantly aided my granddaughter, I shall gladly lend thee my swiftest ship, my only ship. Is there anything else you guys are gonna say? I wish thee speed and health. Farewell. No new music here, but maybe it'll be new when we get to the thing. Our first Dragon Quest vehicle. It's so nice. Hey, what are you doing? The pirate ship Relentless sank in chill waters with a great treasure still aboard. Bring me this treasure, and I shall pay a handsome fee. A handsome fee like in money, or are you going to give me some items? Because I'd like unusual items that are powerful and fun. No, it's kind of the same thing. I think. I can't remember this music anymore. So I think we have to go to Elfgard. And that should probably be its own thing. You know what I mean? So you know what else that means? That means it's time to hit up the list. Let's do it. We're still using the middle time frame, but now we are going through the mechanic category. There's not many of these, just 9. So let's knock them out. Cartographical Elegance is rule 45. It's about the world map cleanly fitting into a rectangular shape without any edge being crossed. Let me pull that up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, in fact, it also leads to one of the funny situations where it's like, maybe you can't go east to west, but if you can, you go north to south, and it's like, what happened to the rest of the world? You know? Just one of those little things. Oh! That's a trope too, but I almost feel like... Should that be a trope? That we're all on this weird tidally locked planet for navigation? Huh. Well, think about that one too then. Maybe that'll end up getting added over time. Because like, for example, DQ1, you would say no. Because you can't travel north to south. You don't have a ship. And I don't know if this one is a hard edge or if it does indeed put you south. I may have to add that as a rule. I think that one makes a lot more sense than than the other one I was talking about earlier, which was the hot springs. So anyway, yeah, this one is laid out in a way where there is a clean edge that can be found vertically. So, yes, a point. Rule 75, the law of numbers. So this means there will be items that depend on, like, if you have less than this many hit points, or if you're this level, so on and so forth. They mentioned items. I almost wonder if we should count magic spells too, because I remember Final Fantasy 6 and maybe 7, you had spells like successfully cast death if their level is divisible by 3 or something. However, I haven't seen that on here. Oh, you know what? As I was reading the rest of that rule, they do reference spells, so it is covered in the law numbers. Cool. Speaking of magic, the next 2 rules are back-to-back ones. 76 is the magical inequality theorem. We were talking about that, and it doesn't work that way with a Dragon Quest game. Our surround is useful, our sleep is useful, and so on. Which also means that the Rule 77, the magical inequality corollary, also is a no, because they are effective on us, but not 100%, which is what this is going for. So no there. Rule 78 is the pretty line syndrome. This is that the key to completing your quest is to walk forward in a straight line for 50 hours thing. The only one I know for sure that I've played like that is Final Fantasy 13. And possibly 13-2 and 3 or Lightning Returns or whatever. But not here. We had to walk around a bunch of stuff. 87 is the supply and demand axiom, which means you kill something and then the thing you get in reward would have been helpful for that. We ran into that, didn't we? Maybe not. I'm not remembering what that was. Okay, I'm going to say no, but, correct me if I'm wrong and I'm forgetting something here. 88 is Edison's Lament. No switches ever in the right position. Still no switches. 94, Franklin Covey was wrong. This is about... Franklin Covey was like, you gotta focus on the task at hand. And RPGs are like, well, you know where you gotta go, but there's all these other places you can go. I said no to this with DQ1 because there wasn't really a side quest. I think if you would have asked me this in the previous episode, I would have said no again. However, I don't know what we're going to get from that pirate ship thing, and that sounds like it's extra. So I'm going to put a question mark, so we come back to that one later. Last rule for this episode, all the time in the world. That's the one where you can do whatever the hell you want despite an urgent situation because there is no timer. I don't remember if I had to think about this one with DQ1 or not. This feels like a no to me, even though a part of it is true. Here's what I'm thinking. There is no timer. Nothing is forcing me to urgently complete my tasks. Boy, how am I supposed to think about this one in the way that I'm using it? There hasn't been an urgent situation, I guess is how I got to approach this, because just like Dragon Lord sitting in Charlock, I don't know where the hell Hargon is. I thought he was going to be in Moonbrook, but he wasn't, but he's not doing anything either. We saw those imps attacking that lady. We don't know why, other than the convenience of having a reason for that guy to give me a ship. So I'm going to say no, because we aren't seeing yet a thing like, oh my god, you have to take care of this right now. That's how I'm going to treat it. So where does that put us? Just one new trope point added, putting us at 12 out of 278 so far, but I'm really thinking about that other map one. I really am saying that maybe should be one. The only thing keeping me from it is I don't want it to be a trope on this list that I'm doing if none of them have the world rotate. So at the moment, I'm going to leave it be. I might make a note of it on my spreadsheet here to revisit in the future. Right now, we're up to 4.3%, and we got a lot more game to go. I'm excited about the next episode, man. We get to see Alefgard again. They said it's going to be a little different. I'm curious about two things. One is, in general, what are the differences? Am I going to notice them and be like, hey, that's not how that was arranged? But the biggest thing I'm curious about is it going to be just Tantagel that we see, or are the other towns going to be there? And what's the walking distance going to be like? Because now we know the entire world that we saw, the known world in DQ1, is fitting inside the entire known world of DQ2. So does that mean we're walking the same distances and DQ2's map is just that much bigger? Or has the map been truncated down? So I'm curious about that. I hope you guys are curious about what more things tropey are and are not going to happen or exist. And you can tune in for the next episode and find out. Ciao.
Let's Player needs food badly.